What up, y'all? What's going on? On some real things, though, I want to talk about hip hop. You know what I mean? I've been asking the question for like a year now. Is hip hop a psy-op? What do you think? You know? I know that a major conversation is about who created it and all of that. You know? And I understand that FBA's created hip hop because it's actually elements, you know, that's been going on for years prior to being put together. You know, so it's more like a cultural thing for the FBAs, the foundational Black Americans. That's what hip hop is really about. You know, so the argument about who created hip hop and all of that, it's an American thing, you know, but everybody can have their opinion. You know what I'm saying? But just to look at how it started, where it came from, where it's going, I don't know where it's going. But to just look at it from where it's at, like, where it's at right now, I don't know, man. Music is influential. You can feel it. It's supposed to calm you down. It can rile you up. Music is a very powerful tool. An influential tool. You know what I'm saying? And if you understand that thing they call social engineering, you know what I'm saying? Controlling of society. You know what I mean? It's like, look at reality, look at things for what it is. You know what I'm trying to get at? You know? So in my hip hop conversation, one of the main questions I'm asking is hip hop a psy-op? A psychological operation? And it influences who it gets to, the heirs of those that's not solid in their foundation. And it's usually kids at an early age, and you get into it, or even the most influential time is the early teens. Because now you're getting older and gonna be into the world soon. You know? And I often wonder, was it hip hop given to the people? I understand a culture is always going to be itself, right? But social engineers, that's engineer societies, obviously they will infiltrate a society and see what's going on with it, within that culture, and use that for their advantage, you know? I remember when I first listened to hip hop, I was like, wow. I was even in the backyard at the same time. And when hip hop was apparently looked like it was changing over and it started moving from the east to the west. Because Young MC was one of the rappers I heard when I lived in Jamaica. I heard his music on the radio. And when I came up here, I realized it's from the West Coast. So it looked like hip hop was changing out. Because remember, I came in 92. And then I'm Wu, Redman, Biggie, early Biggie. Like switching over to reality, switching over to the reality raps. I'm understanding, I'm realizing. You know, before the trap music. But it was like slowly brewing, or at the beginning of the drug rap and the street rap and more of a survival rap in the early 90s. You know? And like I said, music is influential. You can feel that stuff. I felt it. You know? And if you listen to the lyrics back then too, it didn't really put you in a good direction because our understanding is all about survival. And you know what too? A lot of the information that's out now and the historical facts and the FDA facts and all these things was not out now. At least it was not out then, that is out now. So we have more information about self and understanding of historical placements and everything. And I'm looking at all the historical events, and the controllers of this society, they don't let too much thing go, but understanding that they have their own culture of setting things up. They want to keep their control, so they put things in place so they're able to control. It's like they have an overall plan. And I think we all know that by now, which is the one world government, the new world order, the one currency throughout the entire world, which I don't know how that's going to happen when everybody speaks different languages. You know what I mean? So, but everything was all wrapped up. And hip-hop is just a small part. But I think it's a Psy-op, because look at the conditions, the situations. Look goin out there. And if we can reference the Bone interview, the Busy Bone interview, or whoever the Busy Bone interview, you can reference to it and what he was saying, and that the plans that were planned out before I met rap in 93. In the 90, 91, all the plans that we're planning for the next 20, 30, 40 years in hip-hop, and to be at 2025, look at the last decade. I'm just saying. I was asking the question. But, yeah, man, this is just the intro, so we're going to get into the show. We're going to get into it, y'all. So, like and share the video. You're vibing, drop a comment. You know what I'm saying? So, go ahead. Hit that like, share button while the intro play. You know what I mean? Channel style. CLP. We're holding the vibe. What up, y'all? What's up, everybody? How's all doing? Hope all is well. And if not, hope you get back on track sooner than later. So you can add to your thing. You know what I mean? Channel style. The hip-hop Psy-op. A psychological operation, I've been thinking about this for a while, man. And it has to be a hip-hop, because look how early they'll be in our people's careers. You know what I'm saying? 2-3 albums and you out of here. Rarely a few people stand the existence of time. Nas, Jay, even Red faded out a little bit. The Wu faded out. I'm saying these are all legendary artists. They all get the respect. Shit, I respect all of them. But I'm just looking at overall the landscape. Right now, we in 2025. Kendrick just swept the Grammys. But remember, now, Kendrick is a one-in-a-lifetime artist. Like how artists used to be classic before these times. You know? We had our legendary artists, the once-in-a-lifetime artists. Well, Kendrick is in his own path. The K-Dot, you know what I mean? You know? That's insane. At this track. So it's like, at one hand, I'm saying hip-hop is a psy-op. On the other hand, it's just the entertainment. But where the mix coming is reality and entertainment, and it's mixing. And people confusing real life with just entertainment. You know how movies are? Those are acting and stuff. But the reality is the psychological, the psy-op. This is getting these kids to do their crime and telling on themselves at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So let me dress back a little bit. I met hip hop in 1993, a year after I came up from Yard. You know what I'm saying? I'm like 12 right now, and just you're a hip hop fan, even if you're not a hip hop fan, but you can agree that the beats are infectious. And if you grew up in the era I grew up in, when I first started listening to hip hop, the beats were infectious, and my favorite group was the Woo. I realized there's a lot of people at that time. This is around 1992. 1993, 94. Now, the Diddler was starting up. Biggie was rocking that then. We had the Nas. We had Jay. Well, Jay wasn't out then. That was before Jay. Red, Woo, Nas. A couple of the great Lost Boys. Then Jay came on board. Then Nori and them. And then Cameron and them came after that. Around that same time with Nori and them. You know what I'm saying? Towards the end of the 90s. So I've been a fan since around that time. But like I often say that around 2000 I kind of fell off because the music wasn't really growing, and I'm growing. I'm not a teen no more. I'm a 20-year-old man. I'm about to get into life. So I listened, but I wasn't listening to hip hop like I was. Because if you listen to that stuff, man, it can give you ideas. And when you're young and you have no clear adult guidance, but you have ideas and thoughts, but then you have all this inferential, visionary thing that's in your eyes, like things that you see, you know what I mean? All these things that you see is like giving you ideas. And those are the movies of the 90s. Now, I have a question for the older heads, because I'm in my 40s, right? So the people that's a little bit older than me, the movies of the 90s, are those continuation of the black exploitation films in the 60s and 70s? Because I believe Hollywood started in the 50s. You know what I'm saying? Hollywood started premiering movies for TV, the theaters, movies on the big screen in the 50s. So by the 70s, if you heard about those black exploitation films, it was a lot of shoot 'em up, bang bang fighting. You know? Where were they going? You know what it was, though? The further you from understanding your history, realizing what really went on in history, because it's a psy-op all over the place, you know? And I'm basically just trying to keep it easy by saying the hip-hop psy-op. But there's a lot of operation going on at one time. You know what I'm saying? Because they have to use many different ways to distract, to get your attention. You know what I'm saying? And with those movies, especially in the 90s too, because you know the rhetoric in the 90s where there was no opportunities, there's nothing going on. They used to have basketball at the town center and all of that. They cut that out. So as we were getting older and there was less stuff to do, you know what I'm saying? And obviously inflation is a thing that the government used to keep the population down in Oz. And you know the different levels of the population, or the different class, if you want to understand about that levels. But you know the inflation been on for a while. You know what I'm saying? So just think about it, man. It's crazy how these movies give people ideas and you get yourself caught up doing things, you know? But then we look at what they say, crack in the hood in the 80s. You know, then that's when the war on drugs and all that started. You know, well, we are all grown and we all understand what drugs do, and especially what that crack stuff do. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of operation going on, and it's about seeing through the haze, seeing through the fog, trying to get to the understanding of this reality. And that's why I say it's a matrix mind game, because every day you're fighting to survive. You can get yourself to a level where the fight won't be so hard, but you still gotta survive, and you still gotta keep on income, especially income. Income gotta continue. There's a non-stop. Income has to always come in, because as soon as that stops, that's when stuff started going away. You know what I mean? So the game, the matrix mind game, the game of life. What can I say? I might have more to say as I grow, but this is where we at. We here right now. You know what I mean? But why is that saying it's a Psy-op? Even though the system do their thing and inflation and always making it a little bit harder for the people that's around, you don't have to fall prey to these traps. You don't have to get caught up in the situation that there is. You know what I'm saying? Each one of us is here for a particular reason. Each one of us is here to do a job, have a journey, have something to live for. But we have to find out what that is by looking into it. Can't stay distracted. Can't get caught up. Now, I understand they trapping most of the population. 85% of the population gonna see things one way. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to get caught up with the crowd. You don't want to get caught up with people looking in the direction. Because those are the ones that's getting caught up in the engineered societies, the rhetorics. You know what I'm saying? Doing these things we're talking about. Those are the ones we're talking about, those people that's getting caught up. You know what I mean? Because there's people that's going to see what's going on. And all people that see what's going on, they just got to stay focused on you. What are you getting into? Your goal and your mission. The reason you're here. You know? Because even though pre-birth, even though before your arrival on Earth, you sat there and you planned out the life you're having, or the type of life you want to live. Gonna live. And certain things and certain goals to reach and certain marks to make, whatever the case is. But once you're born, you're gonna forget those plans. But that's what the life goals are. Life journey is all about. You know? And remember, the intuition knows all the plans, knows the purpose, the reason for your life, for your liberty. So when the intuition comes up, you gotta trust yourself and believe in yourself. You know what I'm saying? But to keep this conversation going and bring it back around, what I'm talking about, there's definitely a psychological operation going on, you know? And they use hip hop as one aspect. Because remember now, they have to control society. And with like all the different nationalities, people from all over the place, they have to keep a lot of things going on, a lot of distractions, you know? But we in 2025, I'm here holding the vibe, and we're gonna get to the bottom of things. And even if you don't understand what I'm talking about, that there's a hip-hop Psy-op going on, a hip-hop psychological operation, over the course of my conversations, you're gonna see where I'm going with this, you know what I mean? So if you're new to the channel, hit that subscription button, you know what I'm saying? If you like the vibe, hit that like button, drop a comment, you know what I'm saying? Because as we're moving forward, as we move forward in our existence, you know what I'm saying? We really have to look at things and what's going on, and we gotta look out for the next generation as well. Understanding is a key component necessary for growth. You know what I'm saying? So it's not so hard for the next generation. We gotta give them understanding the way things are. Now, since Kendrick won them Grammys, let's see where things going on. Is that a one in a lifetime thing or not? Let's see what's going on. But at the end of the day, though, Drake can't come back from this now. Because the whole, you heard the crowd of the Grammys were singing along. We're singing the song. Never in hip hop history we see somebody going out that bad. And to make it worse, he got his lawsuit going on. But to Peter Psy-op and Drake itself, he's an actor from Canada. No way he has that authentic rapper life, you know what I'm saying? Like, the stuff that hardcore rappers come from. He was playing that part. I guess a little bit too well, but I see through the facade. But he was playing that part a little bit too well, man. And the last album before this, I'm hearing about he's jamming up guys and he's doing this and he's doing that. And not like us to shut him down. Drake don't know what to do with himself. That's crazy. You know? But look at the character of a Drake. He was the top of hip hop. He was talking a slick talk, rapping about this and that. Then he had people writing his bars, not authentic in hip hop. That's a no-no in hip hop. But now, maybe that's acceptable. People writing your bars. Because, you know, we heard about the ghost writers back in the day. But, man, you know, a thin line between real and fake, reality and makeup. A thin line. Now, growing up, people give you ideas of real this and real that. But this is actually real life. Your life. The reality of your life and what you can see and live and understand. That's real. You know? Back in the day, they were giving us ideas and it was through the music. But if you didn't have like if you didn't understand yourself or like understand who you are or your purpose, you fall prey to that stuff. And a lot of people fall prey to not understanding themselves, but more like looking at the circumstances, you know? All part of the setup. The inner cities, all part of the setup. You know what I'm saying? Are you gonna fall prey There's so much I want to talk about. I want to like wrangle up around this conversation. But you know what? I'm just gonna let it come out slowly. I'm saying who understand what I'm trying to get at? Yo, that hip hop is a psyop and it's a psychological operation. And if you get caught up in it, you might fall prey to certain things. First of all, people got dead, jail, a messed up life. You know what I mean? When you can find your purpose and move towards that purpose with your life, not live a certain way. I see all them videos on YouTube. I see all that next generation, the early 20s, late teens. I see what they're doing out there. You know what I'm saying? And clearly, I don't think they're thinking about existence and their purpose. I don't think they're thinking about that stuff. You know? But guess what, man? We got to be real about it. You know? And we got to talk about these things. So I'm holding a vibe on reality itself, our existence in life, you know? It's all love coming from me. It's all love for understanding, you know what I'm saying? And becoming the true you. Nana? January Star. Just wanted to drop a quick video though. Is it a psyop? I believe so. What do you think? Leave a message, drop a comment, you know what I'm saying? And we'll catch up on the next vibration.
Listen to the sound.
Yeah.